On a sweltering day in late July, our two heroes can be found completely bored and maybe about to masturbate.
Ah, fuck, bro. There ain't fucking jack fucking shit on TV, man.
No. Don't worry, football season starts tomorrow.
Yeah!
Broncos playing the first game. Fuck yeah.
Preseason, but
Hey, fuck
at
it,
least
it's
football's
football.
back.
Fuck it, I like preseason, it's football.
I just pray for no injuries for my fantasy league.
Hey, check it out. Orange is the New Black. Let's watch that.
No.
Hang on a second, Bill. Commissioner's calling. Yes, Commissioner. Uh-huh. Okay. You're sure it's him? You're sure it's Horrific Nightmares? He's holding the mayor hostage? And he has a giant potato gun? We're on it. Come on, Bill. To the comic cave! What is going on, everybody? This is Dead Meat and Skinny Man, and welcome to the Comic Cave. Dead Meat, Horrific Nightmares is on the loose again. Punch in the numbers. Wait, where the fuck did the computer go?
It's right there, dumbass.
Punch in the numbers to the Beat the Meat computer and tell me where he's at.
What? I didn't ask for... This is embarrassing. It's asking me for a credit card.
Stop looking at gay porn.
I'm not looking at...
This is serious.
It is serious. Why does it keep asking me for a credit card number?
I don't know. What the hell are you doing?
I don't know. I'm pressing buttons randomly like I normally do.
Okay, well, did you find him yet?
Ah, here he is. He's at the old clock tower.
Let's go, Skinny Man. It's time to save the world. Comic book fans everywhere.
Yeah!
Man, Bill. Hard day of saving the world.
I know, man.
It's good to relax with a beer.
Hell yeah.
Here's to Dead Meat,
and Skinny Man.
whoever they might be.
Wherever you are, we love you.
So guys, we are here to talk about comic books once again, and today we are continuing our journey into the MCU
Oh yeah.
in baby steps, once a week, you know how it is right now. But we are doing the 2008 film, which also the same year as Iron Man came out, the second film in the MCU, The Incredible Hulk.
Hulk smash!
Directed by Louis Ferrier, I believe is how you say it, or Ferrer, I'm not sure.
It sounds about right.
Whatever.
Okay.
Starring Edward Norton as Bruce Banner and the Hulk, Liv
I like
Tyler.
him.
Yeah, I like him
I
too.
like him as the Hulk.
Eddie Tyler as Betty Ross, Tim Roth as Blonsky and the Abomination, and also William Hurt as General Ross, Betty Ross's father.
And he looks perfect. Honestly, he looks like the guy from the comics.
Yep. In this movie, our plot is not your normal plot for a Hulk film that you would think it would be.
No.
Like the original Hulk, the Ang Lee Hulk, or even the Hulk from the 70s. We don't get the full out backstory. They kind of skim over the backstory in the first few minutes. And they literally skim over it in the credit opening scenes. And we get Hulk, who's already Hulk and in hiding, trying to control the Hulk.
Hulk don't want to smash. Bruce Banner don't want to smash.
Yeah, he's also trying to find a cure. Things aren't working right. He's in correspondence with a scientist. His hand is forced, and he has to go back to the States, where he inevitably runs across Betty Ross, his ex-girlfriend.
His love of his life.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, on the wrong side of General Ross. For everybody that knows the Hulk storyline, the Hulk character, it's pretty basic. General Ross brings in Blonsky, a special forces agent from Europe.
To try to kill him.
to try and take him out. They enhance him with super soldier serum, which makes an appearance later in guess which film?
Can I guess?
No, we're going to let them guess.
Oh.
Blonsky kind of goes a little cuckoo and decides he wants more.
He was a little cuckoo before.
He goes real nuts, and they inject him with Hulk shit, and he becomes the Abomination. That's our plot. They fight, kick some ass, Hulk smash.
Hulk smash.
That's pretty much the story.
Hulk smash.
Which is probably a good thing that it's not a very complicated story because, and I want to make this abundantly clear. Hulk needs another standalone film.
He does.
He does, very much
so.
He
does.
The only problem with this film, the only true con I have, is that the narrative runs a little bit slow.
Okay.
And I do get that they concentrated a lot on the action, and I like that.
Yes.
But when it's not action, it's a little bit plotty. And I don't mean plotty as in thick plot, I mean ploddy with a D. Plotty. As in it takes them a while to get there.
Yeah. And that's... well, I guess we're going to start with cons here, and that's my only con for this film, is that they did not learn from the first film's mistake. There were points in this movie where it was too slow, and it dragged and dragged and dragged.
And while we're in this, yeah, we did start with cons right away. We're doing a little bit out of order today, and we told you that might happen in this segment.
Oh, yeah.
This is a different kind of segment, guys. Different kind of reviews we're doing here.
It was a break here.
But I only have one other thing to say about this movie that is not really a con on this film.
Okay.
And I've already kind of said it. This movie needs a sequel. It's a shame this movie's never got a sequel. They didn't know how to write a good Hulk movie to make it entertaining when he's not smashing things. That's why Hulk is used the way he was. But he hasn't seen it yet, but in my opinion, the way they did Hulk in Endgame and even... No, not in Infinity Wars. That was terrible. But Endgame and Thor Ragnarok...
Ragnarok was cool.
They could do that Hulk story fine now. They have the people behind it. They could do it. They got the talent.
And I'm not going to get into this now, but I will mention it. Ragnarok's got some holes in it for a comic book guy like me, but I won't get into that. And,
I liked Ragnarok.
I liked it too. Don't get me wrong.
We'll get there eventually. It might take us 20 weeks, but we'll get there.
I will tell you my biggest cons.
Well, let's not get ahead. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
I know.
So, anyways, yeah, I think that this movie needed a sequel.
It does,
because it does not explore what happens with the leader, and they show the leader emerging.
Yeah.
We didn't even get a post-credit scene about the leader. We got one about the Avengers, but not about the leader. They just kind of let that peter out.
We need the leader.
We need that. We need that scene back in. We need to find out what happens there.
We need the leader. Since he started with the cons, and I think that's our only con for this film, right? Is that it's a little draggy. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to start with pros on this one.
Before we start with pros, I do have a couple things I wanted to mention about the film. And the only reason I started with
fun facts.
The reason I started with the cons this time is because it kind of just led in from the story of the fact that they did not do anything afterwards.
Yeah.
And that's why I started that way. But there are some cool things about this story that I really love. And horror fans, this is where it gets interesting for us. Something I found out while doing research on this. The Hulk transformation scenes, especially the slow one, when Hulk is strapped to the table in Mr. Blue's laboratory, was inspired and based on the transformation scenes from American Werewolf in London.
Awesome.
And if you watch it, you can really fucking see it.
Yes, you can.
And they did a good job on it.
If you have your mindset in there and think about American Werewolf in London,
yep, it looks good.
It is amazing, and it is almost exactly like that.
Yep.
But done tastefully.
Yeah, it did. They didn't do it badly. They did it right, and I like that.
Yeah.
There is, of course, a cameo by Lou Ferrigno, who we all know and we all love as the original TV's Incredible Hulk.
Yes.
And star of the first Hulk films. This film has one other really interesting fact. the Abomination and Hulk fight was not all CGI. Some people think it was 100% CGI. In truth, yes, it is CGI, but it's also motion capture.
Oh.
It wasn't just computer graphics done on a computer.
There you go.
And you can kind of tell the difference, in my opinion, when they do that. CGI, where there is no motion capture, gives you shit like in Minotaur, when the Minotaur is like running, but you can see like it's not touching the ground. Or or in the Relic, the same kind of thing. It looks a little wonky. With motion capture, you get the movements of the actors. The fight scenes were all really done. When Hulk does the clap, all that shit, all that was done by Edward Norton and by Tim Roth. There were 2,500 shots of those two doing motion capture as their alternate characters. 2,500.
That's fucking
That's
wild.
a movie in itself, just of those scenes, without anything else. I mean, I want to know what ended up on the cutting room floor. That's what I want to know.
Yeah, what did they take out?
Yeah. So, but like you were saying before, let's get into the pros.
Yes. Again, the pros, there are great pros for this film. And where I'm going to start off with is finally, unlike the first Hulk movie we got, Hulk finally smashed a lot.
Yeah.
Hulk finally fucking gets to smash. I mean it. You know, what was the director's name from the first
Ang
one?
Lee.
Ang Lee. He probably thought, surely this will be a movie that does not ruin my career. Surely. Hulk meet Pretty Bird.
For those of you that don't know, that's a Robot Chicken reference.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god, that was so boring. But this movie, we finally get Hulk fucking smash. And that's what people want in a Hulk movie. They don't want... You gotta have backstory.
They went too much with the shit in that one. They dragged
they
that
did.
story on.
They dragged and dragged and dragged it. And now we finally get Hulk fucking smash.
And that's why I said my con with it being a little,
slow. That was our only con.
Because they did not... Okay, yes, we won a lot of Hulk smash, but you have to marry those parts together a little better. You know,
they married it better in this film, but it still was a little slow.
It wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
So.
And since it is almost football season, like you said, fucking A, you know who also smashed back in the day? Boom! My boy fucking Lyle Alzado. He's doing that, and they fucking drafted him. The Denver Broncos drafted my boy Lyle Alzado.
That's okay.
And y'all let him go. And he became the perfect Raider.
That's okay.
And they also called him Darth Raider.
Yeah.
Alright, what's your first pro for this film?
My first pro is that they skipped the origin story. Every comic book fan in the history of comic fans knows the origin story. At the time, they were aiming the movie at comic book fans. They weren't aiming at casual fans. They skipped it. We didn't need to go through that again. We had that with Ang Lee's Hulk.
Yes,
a lot of people don't know.
it.
People think this is a totally separate movie. This is not. This is the sequel that was supposed to be for Hulk. That sequel was greenlit. That sequel was going to happen. The only reason that sequel did not happen, they were going to bring Ang Lee back for this movie.
Thank God they didn't.
The only reason it didn't happen that way is because they wanted to incorporate it more into the MCU, and with contract issues and things like that, it just didn't work out.
Exactly.
But this actually is technically considered a sequel to the Hulk. It is not a re-envisioning. It is not a replacement film. It is technically the second film in the Hulk franchise. A lot of people don't know that either. But I'm glad that they skipped that origin story. We didn't need it. We all know the story.
We already got it.
We got straight into the shit that made it good.
Exactly. My second pro for this movie is the Hulk's relationship with Betty. You know, this is the comic books here. And this will be again, I'm going off here onto another movie, but Avengers, you got it wrong with the Hulk and his love interest. No. It's always Betty. Any hardcore Hulk fan will fucking say this. No, it's all about fucking Betty, and they fucking hit that nail on the head here with their relationship in this film, not just as Bruce Banner, but also as the Hulk himself. The Hulk is all about Betty.
We'll get into that more when we get through more of the films.
But no, I love it. They hit it. That's my pro.
No, that's fine. I'm talking about the other part.
Yeah, but I'm still saying, this is my pro for this film. They hit that relationship square in the head. Perfect. The relationship between Betty and Bruce Banner and the Hulk.
Well, that actually brings me to one of my pros. And I wasn't going to mention this till later, but since you brought that one up. The almost sex scene. They almost, dude, that was fucking hilarious.
It was. That's why I'm laughing.
Like, and wait, no, stop. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, not a good idea. Oh, and I couldn't help but imagine, like you said, if he started transforming mid coitus. So to put it in the words of like Big Bang Theory, mid coitus. Yeah, he started like,
Betty explode in a bad way.
That was just so funny to me. I love that part. I love the humor in all these MCU movies. They do have very good humor, and it fits.
They do.
Because they are still comic book movies. They're serious, but they're not. They don't take themselves so seriously to where they are not human and where they're not realistic.
But that's why we love comic books too. Mm-hmm. That it isn't our reality.
Not everything in this movie was, I'm Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. Now, don't get me wrong. Love Batman. Huge Batman fan.
Yeah.
But when The Dark Knight came out, every comic book movie after that had to be brooding. Or Batman Begins even.
Yeah.
Every comic book movie after that was dark. And it's like, this one really wasn't that dark. I mean, it had some dark scenes. But it had humor. Iron Man had humor. Yep. I liked that. We didn't have to just rip off Batman because that's the big thing in comics right now.
Exactly.
And they're still doing it right now. They're still doing it.
Yeah.
Luckily, it's worked some, it hasn't worked some. That's why I was so happy with Aquaman. They didn't make him dark and brooding. It was humorous. There was some good shit that brought me back to even like Super Friends, and I was like, but they did it in a way that gave the character respect.
Exactly.
So, but we'll get to that movie eventually too. We will get there.
Yes, we'll get to these.
It may take a while for the MCU to get done, but we'll get to those movies. We may even do Dick Tracy.
I love that movie.
Starring Warren Beatty.
I mean, I love that movie. I do. It's a guilty pleasure. Calling Dick Tracy.
But since I segued into my pro, I'm going to take the next pro.
All right, go for it.
I love the look of the Abomination, and I love the look of the Hulk. I love the fight scenes together. Once again, I'm sorry. Looks good. I know you're not a fan. CGI's on point again, and to me, it holds up now. It still holds up.
The CGI was good in this film. I'm not going to call it amazing.
I thought that Ang Lee's Hulk looked a little bit comic booky, and by what I say when I say comic booky, is the world around it looked real, and it looked like an animation of the Hulk was put in. Yeah. This Hulk looked realistic.
He does.
In the tone color, in the skin colors.
In all the action scenes.
Yeah, the movement. Yes. It all looked really good.
It does. Again, I'm not the hugest fan of CGI, but this movie did perfectly fine with CGI. And this is the type
of movie where CGI is good.
Done well. If done well. I can't emphasize that enough.
I can name a few bad comic book movies that did it wrong.
Yeah.
So what do you got next?
All right. This is kind of a funny pro for me, but the Hulk, Bruce Banner, clothes shopping with Betty for the Hulk, because we get the iconic purple trunks, the purple shorts. We get them.
Well, actually, they were pants that got ripped into shorts, but yeah.
Yeah, but she holds them up. No. She holds them up in their shorts.
No, they were pants.
They were?
Yeah, they were pants.
Huh. So I love that. Again, back to the comic book thing, because, boom, the Hulk is always in those torn purple pants, like you said.
Something I forgot.
Oh, what's that?
When they were pre-production on this film, and it was still going to be the direct sequel directly to the Ang Lee movie.
Yeah.
They were going to do Purple Hulk, or Gray Hulk.
Oh, really?
It was going to be Gray Hulk in this. Yep.
Hmm.
So.
I wouldn't mind seeing that, but later.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing that, but later.
Yeah,
I think
I
they
know,
should
that
still...
storyline may be a little too much for the average moviegoer not knowing the comics. They may be like,
true.
They'll be like, why is Hulk gray? Did he go black and white or something?
Well, it's like every time I watch one of these films with my father, he has questions.
Yeah.
But I can fill those questions, and he's satisfied because he doesn't read comic
Same thing
books.
with my wife. She asks questions too, like, why is that? Isn't it?
Yeah, who are they?
Yeah.
I explain and I get it.
Yeah. My next pro for this film is William Hurt. I loved him as General Ross. Thunderbolt Ross, that's what it was. Thunderbolt Ross.
Thunderbolt. Oh, yeah.
I loved him as General Ross, and I think he did a great job. The dude brings his A game. Every role he's in, he brings his A game, but he really brought it this time.
Yes.
I thought he made a great General Ross, and I would
does.
love to keep seeing him. He does pop up in another film, but I would love to have kept seeing him in these movies.
And he really does look like General Ross.
Yeah,
from
he
the
does.
Comics.
He looks
I
just
love
like
that.
in the comic.
The only other person that they've gotten that really looks like their comic character is, Tony Stark.
Captain America, Chris, what's his name? He looks kind of like Captain America.
Well,
did in the comics without the mask.
Well, yeah, Tony Stark
And
looks dead on.
I think what's his name looks like Thor too, from like before Thor got the beard and the
Okay, yeah,
They
but
did a few good ones.
another obscure character that we see a little bit of, Jonas Jameson,
Yeah.
the guy that got to play him. Oh my God, he looks like, and he's angry, and I could just.
Wait, he wasn't in this movie.
No, he's
Oh, you're just talking
not.
about in the Spider-Man.
I'm just talking about comic book characters and actors and
Yeah, that guy from the Spider-Man trilogy, the Sam Raimi trilogy, was really good.
Yes,
he looks
yes.
just like him. Yep.
But this General Ross, he does. He looks like General Ross from the comics.
I think
That's
William Hurt did
freaking
an
awesome.
Awesome job.
This is awesome, dude.
What do you
I
got?
love stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right, my next pro for this film is the cinematography of this film. This film is very well shot. It's beautiful. The scenes, outdoors, mainly outdoors, is a big thing to me, and even in closed spaces. But this film is beautifully shot.
I like that
It
rain
looks
scene.
great.
Yeah, I like that rain scene at night when they're hiding under the ledge.
That is the scene I was going to
cool.
point out, actually. It is amazing.
Yeah, it looks really
It's
good.
beautifully done. Alright, what do you got next?
Final pro for me, guys, the end fight between Hulk and Abomination.
Oh,
I've been
yeah.
waiting to see that forever. And specifically, I love the part where Hulk rips the fucking bone spike out of his fucking elbow.
Oh,
Dude, I thought
that's
that was so cool.
That's a pro of mine, too.
Yeah.
The end fight scene is amazing.
Anything else you got for it?
No, I got nothing else for this film.
Well, then that means it's time to play Did You Find Stan Lee?
Did you? We're waiting.
Stan Lee played the old man in Bumfuck Nowhere who opens up the can of soda out of the bottling plant that the Hulk worked at that had a drop of the Hulk's blood in it and got sick and turned General Ross onto where the Hulk was.
Yeah, and they made a Viagra joke there, too.
Yep.
Got a little more than what he bargained for.
Mm-hmm. So that's it, guys. This is Bronco Juggalo.
And Bill.
And I am saying peace.
And I'm, of course, saying good night.
Big baby sweets, motherfucker. Say something. It's going down. He gon' slap your motherfucking mouth off. I need something funky, motherfucker.